a lot of what you talked about kind of surrounds the organic. For the non-organic farmer, there's still probably carbon sequestering opportunities and things like that. So maybe touch on what sort of stark differences you see between an organic farmer and maybe the return on some of these opportunities, and then a more traditional farmer.
Yeah, the specific to carbon, when you look at carbon opportunities, you have carbon stocks. So it's just basically an inventory of carbon that your soil holds. And then you have emissions that you avoid through changes in your practices. So conventional farmers that reduce nitrogen applications and lower their environmental input through nutrient management. That's a practice change. That's called an avoided emission. You're changing a practice and avoiding an emission you would have normally implemented. So organic transitions are a huge advantage because you go from the conventional input space to the organic input space, which is almost just manures and other animal byproducts turned into fertilizers, right? So you have a completely different carbon impact or a carbon footprint from those inputs as they model out in everyone's emissions models that they use. So transitioning to organic provides a huge advantage over the conventional space when it comes to an avoided emissions credit, because you as the producer can then you can monetize those avoided emissions because you avoided them. So every ton that you avoid, you can actually get paid for. Some of that is through the voluntary carbon market space, where you have companies that will actually pay you to do these activities in order for them to claim that they bought those tons from you. That's called the offset market. That's like Delta Airlines would buy that tonnage from farmers. The way we like to do it is actually inset it. So the ideal way for us to do it would be the actual processor of the industrial hemp product would inherit that carbon asset as it is, hauled off the field essentially, and it just stays in the supply chain. So the end user of the industrial hemp product receives the carbon benefit, which everyone values, and we can transition that value in the form of money back down to the producers to then help provide them with more than market opportunity associated with the product.